of 21 shooting, just 1 of 8 from three-point range, his worst shooting percentage of the season. After the game, he admitted it hasn't been easy, but, quote, now it's time for me to adjust again and see ways I can be even more effective to help this team win ball games. We're in the winning business, and I've always been a winner. So it's time to click into that. Chris Broussard, should your Lakers be worried?
Well, look, it goes without saying that Anthony Davis has to be 100% healthy, all right, for them to win a championship. And it's championship or bust. It's not get to the finals or bust. It's championship or bust. So they need AD healthy. We know that. Take your time, get 100%, and come back. Secondly, there can't be a team in the league that doesn't look at Brooklyn and your heart doesn't skip a beat at least once, all right? So Rob Pelinka does need to be working the phones, seeing if there's some great piece that they might be able to add, you know, to combat Brooklyn. I don't think that's going to happen, so they probably have to go to war with what they have. And so worried is a little bit too strong for me. Oh, no. I would just say concerned, all right? And I think LeBron, I get where he's coming from, because if you watch this season with the Lakers, I see a different setup than I have in the past with LeBron teams. I see LeBron being more a part of the offensive system rather than being the offensive system. I think he's fitting in a little more than he ever has. He's not having to create everything for everybody. And that's worked fine when AD was there. Now they've lost 3 of their last 4. AD's not there. And their best chance of winning would be to put the ball back in LeBron's hand pretty much all the time and let him create. That's what Cleveland did way back in 2015 in the finals against Golden State when Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love went down, and it gave them the best chance to try to win that series. LeBron could control tempo and control the tempo of the game for both teams, and that would be a great chance for the Lakers to win more games. However, I would say don't do that. Don't overburden LeBron James during this stretch while AD is out to try to keep the 2nd seed or the 3rd seed or get the 1st seed, whatever. The seeding is not of the utmost importance to the Lakers, in my view. Because, number one, we don't even know what the situation is going to be like come playoff time. Will there be 500 fans, 5,000, a packed house, whatever? We don't know. So don't worry about that. Number two, if they meet the Clippers in the playoffs, they're playing in their home gym, and if there are fans there, there'll be more Laker fans than Clippers fans, even for Clippers games. So don't worry about that. Number three, they've got the best road record in the league. They're 13-3. They're better on the road than they are at home. So I wouldn't worry too much about we got to be the number 1 seed. Just get your guys healthy. And for LeBron, he's playing 38 minutes a night in February. He was only playing 34 in January. I don't know that they should keep with this uptick. All right? Play the way they've been playing. Don't overburden LeBron. Let him continue to be a part of the system, and let Kuzma, Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, and the other guys pick it up, because this could help them come playoff time. If they've learned how to, you know, carry a bigger load than they have when AD is there, that could be beneficial to the Lakers. So no time to panic. Be concerned, but not worried.
It sounds as though the Lakers need to contract you, Chris Broussard, to come in there and talk to their team and settle them down and calm them down and give them that nice kumbaya, warm feeling that you're giving me right now, listening to not having to panic over this Lakers team. Because if I'm any other mindset, I'm panicking. I'm panicking big time. And you know why? You know what I watched and I've seen with this Lakers team? I've seen the other teams figure out a way to defense this Lakers team. And looking at the sets, I'm seeing a 3-2 set. They're setting up at the foul line, at the free throw area, so that they can rotate out to the edges and play defense out there on those perimeter shooters. But it's passive. It's passive perimeter defense. You know why? because they're basically banking on the fact that this Lakers team is going to have to live and die by the three ball to be able to beat these teams. And they're not doing it. And that's why I feel they've gone on this slide. So when I look at the way they're packing in, like, when is LeBron James at his best? When he's able to slash and get to the hole and create that space for other guys to be able to create shots. They're packing in that key. They're making it difficult. They're making it ugly. And honestly speaking, when I look at this Lakers team without AD, they have to be a almost run and gun team. They can't be sets. They can't run sets to win their games. They can't run sets to win a championship. And then that question goes to, can LeBron's stamina last all the way to the championship round, being a fast-paced run-and-gun team? And that's what this team's DNA is going to have to be for them to be able to win. I would be thoroughly concerned because I don't see that injury that AD is dealing with leaving him anytime during the course of this season for him to play out as high a level as he would need to take that pressure off of them to be able to change their game.
Yeah, listen, I don't want Lakers fans to feel like we're piling on, but they are about to start cratering like GameStop stock. It's going to get ugly right now, okay? No Dennis Schroeder for the Jazz game coming up. They will lose that one. And, folks, if you look at the final four teams in the bubble from 71 days ago, remember, the shortest offseason in sports history, the Boston Celtics are 500. The Miami Heat are like 4 games under 500. Denver's hovering around 500. The Lakers are the only team that's kind of weathered that because they had AD. They are about to go on a tear. It's going to get ugly, and they're going to go right downhill, probably fall to the 4, 5, 6 seed temporarily. I just want to piggyback what Chris said about LeBron James. We got some numbers here, folks, that are staggering. LeBron's minutes, as Chris said, are up. What he's doing at the age of 36 has never been done in NBA history. Seriously, pull up the numbers, guys. This is LeBron, 36 or older, compared to anyone else who's ever played in the NBA. Look at it. This is unbelievable stuff. And as Chris said, 38 minutes. LeVar, we know this cannot last, okay? You've got to dial back LeBron's minutes, eat a couple L's, have Kyle Kuzma take on some of the offense. KCP, bro, you're making $12 million a year. You're scoring 8 points a game. You got to up the minutes. We need more out of KCP. We need a lot more out of Montrezl Harrell. He wants to know why the Clippers didn't pay him. He's upset that Luke Kennard got $64 million, okay? Montrezl Harrell's numbers are down across the board. His counting numbers are down. His efficiency numbers are down. I don't like what I've seen from Harrell. Frank Vogel needs to get the other guys up to snuff for this Lakers team to get out of this hole.
Yeah, look, I think a few things have to happen. You mentioned AD. Look, LeVar, if you're right about AD, if he's not going to be 100%, they might not get out of the West. Because J-Mac brought up LeBron's stats. That's phenomenal what he's doing. And remember, he entered the league younger than everybody else on that list. So he's got more wear and tear on his body than Michael Jordan, Kareem, Karl Malone, all those guys had at 36 years of age. So at some point, there's going to be slippage, and it might be now. And without AD, we might begin to see it. I'm not saying he's going to slip to the point where he's not one of the best players in the world, but he could slip to a point where he can't carry this Lakers team without AD being at his best. AD's not only got to get right physically, but mentally. I expected AD to come out and challenge for that MVP award this year. Coming off that championship, I expected there to be a natural passing of the torch from LeBron to AD in Lakerland. Instead, AD has regressed. Points are down. Rebounds are down. Blocks are down. Free throw attempts are down. Even free throw percentage is down. He's a career 80% shooter. He's shooting 71% from the foul line, which is baffling. So I don't know what's going on with AD. He clearly has not had his game faced on. He can try to say he's playing great defense, and he is playing very good defense, but he is slipping on the offensive end, and he has got to come back right, not just physically in 5 weeks, but mentally, ready for the second half of the season to help LeBron put some fear back into the other teams because they see the Lakers playing so well.
I don't see anybody being afraid of the Lakers at this point. It sounds good, but I don't see a healthy AD making people afraid. I don't see that out of this Lakers team. And listen, I don't have a dog in this fight. So when everybody starts talking about this, why you hating on the Lakers? I'm not in that. I'm not in that wagon. I'm not on that bus. I'm just looking at it purely as a spectator from the outside looking in. It's one of the coolest things about the NBA right now is parity. You don't really see it too often. There are so many teams that are built so much better. We talked about the super teams. I'm looking at this Lakers team, and I'm looking at the West, and I'm saying to myself, what team is head and shoulders better than the rest of the teams where you say, oh, you had that three strong guys that can carry the team with the rest of the guys being what they need to be role player-wise. I don't see anybody in the West that puts that type of fear into another team where you say, we can go get out of the West. Now, I'm looking in the East, and I'm saying, okay, I see that three-headed monster in Brooklyn, Brooklyn stand up. But I'm not seeing that in the West, and I don't think people are afraid of the Lakers. Yeah, I really don't.
LeVar, what's interesting
LeVar, there's this cat named Playoff LeBron.
Okay.
You saw him last year. Remember him? That's what I'm talking about.
He had playoff AD.